Meanwhile, over in the Champions League, we're entering the semi-final stage, which means there are only 4 teams left. But out of those 4, who's going to make it to the final? We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video, this time looking forward to the old Champions League semi-finals. And first and foremost, we're going to take a look at the first leg, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, and smash that subscribe. Okay, bang up to date with all things Champions League related, Blackburn Rovers related, whoa, football related. We're going to all here under one roof. And what a video we got in store for you today, taking a look at the old predictions for the semi-finals. Before we get into that, just want a big shout out to 2 Patreons, brand new Patrons to the exclusive VIP club that is Blackburn Overseas. Ben Hayward, John Spurn, they are Patrons. If you want to join this illustrious gang of VIPs who get extra privileges and all that kind of good stuff from me, the creator here over on Blackburn Overseas, head over to the old Patreon page. Link to that sucker is in the old description below. There are 3 different tiers you can explore, each offering different perks and exclusive content. If you are interested, check it all out in the old description below. There is a link towards it. But anyway, let's kick it on further and take a look, first and foremost, at how we got to the semi-finals. So let's take a look at how we got to the semi-finals. First and foremost, let's take a look back at the quarter-finals, second legs. And Juventus took on Ajax. Big one, this one. Shock. Major shock on the cards. Ajax coming out on top with a 2-1 win away from home. Over in Juventus, even Ronaldo couldn't stop Ajax from getting themselves into an impressive semi-final. I think at the initial start of the season, I'm sure the Dutch fans didn't expect nothing more than the group stages, maybe to get through to the knockout phases, but they've kept up in their impressive run, and they'll go again. This time they're going to go up against Tottenham. We'll talk more about that in just a second. That 2-1 result was to push them through 3-2 on aggregate over Ronaldo's Juventus. I actually saw it going in favour of Juventus, 3-2, 3-1 on the night. So ultimately, the Ajax are through, Juventus are out, and joining them will be Barcelona after an impressive... In fact, it wasn't that impressive, but a convincing 3-0 win over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United, who have hit an absolute roadblock at the moment. They don't look anything like a Champions League team as it stands. That 3-0 made it 4-0 on aggregate. I actually saw it going in favour of Barcelona. I thought it was going to be 4-1, so we got the right deficit. Just got the wrong scores. So 4-1 Barcelona. That was my call. 3-0 on 3-0 on the night, 4-0 on aggregate. We'll get there in the end. Meanwhile, over on Wednesday, what a game this was. Wednesday, the 17th of April, Manchester City up against Tottenham. Tottenham had the 1-0 lead going into this, and that 1-0 lead was enough because they kept the clean sheet at their own place. No away goals. 4-3 it was on the day. This game had everything. Goals disallowed, VAR, penalties, all the kind of good stuff. It was crazy business. And that clean sheet over at Tottenham's Fancy Pants new stadium was enough to put Tottenham through 4-4 on aggregate. I actually saw it as a convincing Manchester City win 3-1, but no, Tottenham rose to the occasion and deserved their semi-final place. And it's going to set up a nice one up against Ajax as well. One of either Ajax and Spurs is going to the Champions League final. There's no doubt about it. And wrapping up the quarter-final stages, it was Liverpool against Porto over in Portugal. I actually saw this. We'll tell you what I saw it. But it was a 4-1 win in the end for Liverpool to make them go through 6-1 aggregate. Convincing, comfortable win for Liverpool. They probably didn't even get out second gear. I actually saw it as a 2-1 win for Liverpool. So they ousted my predictions quite convincingly. But overall, 2 out of 4. Not too shabby indeed. But it does set up 2 interesting semi-finals. First legs as well. Tottenham up against Ajax. This game will take place on Tuesday the 30th of April. They've not, according to my stats, they've never played each other, but it's 2 interesting teams. And you know, Tottenham have turned a corner in recent years to become one of the elite clubs in England, and I'm hoping for their sake that they will make it as Premier League champions one day. But they just feel a lot better club, better run club than some of these bigger boys, the Manchester Cities and all that. It feels a lot cleaner. They didn't invest too much money in the summer. In fact, they didn't invest anything in the summer. So I'm all for Tottenham, and in fact I'm all for the winner of this one to go all the flipping way and win the stinking thing. It'll be a good result for clubs outside the power the Power 6 or the Power 10 or whatever you want to call them. I think either Tottenham or Ajax, if they were to come out on top and win the whole stinking thing, it will be a breath of fresh air. But anyway, about this game, Spurs come into this and their home form at the moment is absolutely bang on the nose. 4 wins out of 4, and the last time that they couldn't win take a win, that was a draw, and I believe that wasn't even at their own home place. That was probably before they moved. So that was so unbeaten in 5, but most recently they've won all their games at their brand new Fancy Pants Stadium. As for Ajax, they come into this in a bit of a good period for them, because they've actually taken some extra time off. The Dutch FA have kind of postponed the Dutch Eredivisie matches until the completion of the Champions League phase, to give Ajax the better option here. And their away form coming into this is pretty good as well. Just the 1 loss in the past 6 games, and that's against AZ Alkmaar back in the 17th of March. But they've beaten Juventus at their own place. They've beaten Madrid at their own place. Can they be the first team to beat Tottenham at their own place? Unfortunately, I don't see it. I think Tottenham will win this game. I'm not saying they're going to go through and win the whole tie. I still think there's a lot of football to be played after the conclusion of this, but Spurs will win this, and they'll go to Ajax with their noses in front. But Ajax, on the flip side, will have that illustrious away goal to give them a bit of hope when the return fixture comes around. So that's my call on this one, a 2-1 win for Spurs at their old Fancy Pants new stadium to give them the edge. As for the next one, will take place on Wednesday the 1st of May. That's right, we're rolling into the final month of the season, and it's Barcelona up against Liverpool. Now, according to my stats, the two sides have played each other, well, at least over the last 6 occasions. Liverpool have actually won 1, 2, 3 of those, and Barcelona have won 2 of them, and then they've drawn 1 between them. But the last time that these two sides played at the Nou Camp, Barcelona won 2-1. Sorry, scrap that. The last time that these two sides played at the Camp Nou, Liverpool won 2-1. That was all the way back 2007. Back in February, 2-1 victory for Liverpool. However, the last time that they played each other in all competitions, whether it's some funky Mickey Mouse sort of friendly competitions, Liverpool did beat Barcelona 2016 4-0. So I don't think we're going to get one of those. Meanwhile, on the flip side, home form and all that kind of good stuff. Let's take a look at this. Barcelona's home form is deadly. They've won the last 5 on the spin. As for Liverpool's away form, it's pretty shit hot as well. They've won 5 out of the past 6. And their only draw, their only slip up was a draw against Everton. So they've beaten Cardiff, Porto, Southampton, Fulham and Bayern all along the way in the past 5 away games. It's a tricky hurdle for Liverpool, and I think they will get unstuck here. And just like the Ajax situation, they will lose. They will lose this game on the 1st of May, and I see it 3-2 winners for Barcelona. But don't write yourselves off just yet, Liverpool. I think you've got enough in the tank to rise above the occasion. Those 2 away goals will be massive, because I know you're going to score goals at Anfield. It's just a matter of how many. So Barcelona will win it 3-2, and them and Tottenham will have the edge going into the semi-final second legs, which are just around the corner. That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a good old thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button. Keep your bang up to date with all things Champions League related, Blackburn Rovers related, woo, football related. We're going to all here under one roof. And while I still have you, make sure you check out the old links in the old description to my other social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and the hotly released Patreon page. If you want to contribute to the channel in another way beyond your viewership, there is alternatives for you there. 3 different tiers for you to explore. The channel currently is not monetized by YouTube. That is something that I probably will explore a little bit later on in the year. But right now, not getting any money, bar the Patreons. And I do applaud those guys for coming in and helping the channel grow a little bit. But yeah, also make sure you drop your own predictions down in the comments section down below. I want to know what you think is going to happen in the interesting semi-finals. Obviously, 2 juggernauts, recent winners of the old Champions League in 1 semi-final, and 2 kind of young, fresh kind of looking sides in the other one. It's going to set up both interesting semi-finals, but an interesting final when we get around. Anyway, until then, folks, I'll do the second legs a little bit later on when they come around. But until then, thumbs up, subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.